Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know, my name is Jenna Myers, and this month I did a fun little, build challenge of my own. I decided to build a bunch of famous horror movies / thriller houses for the entire month, and funny enough, this was actually the very first one that I built. I built it and was like, I gotta wait until right at Halloween time for this to be posted. So that's exactly what I did. I kind of went off of, I could have gone several ways with how I built the Myers house. I originally was kind of thinking building it after he had, been gone, and it's been years since, the original murder happened. With his sister. And so I was like, I could have it kind of look like that, like the Strode sign in the front, kind of making it look like that. But then what I ended up doing was I actually had it as much as accurate as I could have it with that whole opening scene of that first murder happening. So you'll kind of see I did do the interior of this one, surprise guys. However, I didn't do the whole interior. So it's a step up, I guess, I don't know. But what I did was I basically only did the floor plan for that first scene. So I didn't do like the rest of the house, which honestly, I don't remember what the rest of the house looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember from this first scene and Lori's house. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that's kind of what I remember. Maybe they don't show much of the rest of it, but that's why I did that. And I also, I put that pumpkin up there. I wish I had the, I don't have the spooky stuff pack, so I don't have the other, I'm assuming there are more pumpkins, but I have that one that I did. I kind of started doing Judith's room first because I realized that in that first opening scene, I'll actually, you know what, I'll link that first scene in the description of this video so you can kind of see what I was going off of. But you notice that that room is the only room upstairs, I believe, with any light, or it's visually boom, there's someone in there. So I kind of tried to make it as bright as I could while also doing the blinds there, so that kind of made it difficult. I kept going back and forth being like, is that enough light? Is it too much, too little? I can't really tell. But it ended up being alright. This is when I kind of started doing the floor plan. I at first had it completely backwards to what I was thinking, because I forgot that Michael goes, you'll have to watch the scene, but he goes through the back door, and so I had the kitchen and the dining room on the opposite side at first, and I ended up putting it back to the way it was, but luckily you guys don't have to see any of that because of the magic of editing. But just trying to, same with the other builds, just trying to make it as accurate as I could was really, really fun. This room was probably the hardest, trying to get the most accurate, especially the lamp. We do not have a lamp. It's one of those lamps, kind of like what we have. It has the 3 shades on it, I guess. But it's not colorful like the one we have. The one we have it has a red one, a white one, and a blue one. But there was nothing really else that could really match it, and that one just did not match the vibe. So I just did that other lamp. But yeah, it was really, really fun doing this room. I think the most challenging part was trying to figure out this vase right here, because I wanted it to be right there. And I think at this moment it's fine, but it was it kept going on the TV and then clipping a little bit up and then going back. It was very odd. But I think it's good. I think it's chilled out by now. And yeah, that's that back door that he comes in. And this is kind of when I was trying to figure out, okay, how do I do the spacing in this kitchen? Because You guys should have seen how I was like, I kept rewatching this scene, like pausing and playing, trying to get every detail that I can, because not only is it just like a, you know, he's walking around so you can't see a lot, but it's also nighttime, so it's really dark. So I was like trying so hard, going back and forth to really get as accurate as I could, and then I just got to a certain point where I was like, if it fits the idea of what I'm looking for, then, you know, that's great. That's what we'll go through. I think the kitchen was probably one of my favorite things I did. I'll probably say that about every room in this house, because, fun fact, Halloween is actually one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. So every time I was building a room, I was like, this is so cool! Being like a total nerd. But this room, I was like really trying to get like the lighting and everything, just trying to make it as spooky as I could, if that was even possible to do in The Sims with what I was given. But yeah, yesterday was Halloween, and this year, fun fact, I was a pot of flowers, which was really fun, and I handed out some candy, and me and my fiance handed out candy, and then we watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and then we watched Halloween. So, if that is an iconic Halloween, I don't know what is, but it was a really fun day. I do wish that I had the entire day off, because it was like, okay, get off work, and now it's like, go. So I was like, oh, I wish I just like didn't have to work on Halloween. Which I'm sure every parent is like, yeah, same. And I do not have to do nearly as much as a parent on Halloween. But I still do wish that I had the whole day off to celebrate, because I love Halloween so much. Not just the movie, but also the day as well. Because I really like scary things, which is hilarious, because growing up, I like nothing. I did not like anything scary whatsoever. Like, I would watch my friends play Slender Man, and because that was like the hype back in like 2013, and I was like, I hate this. I would close my eyes watching someone else play Slender Man. Like, nothing, absolutely nothing I could watch that didn't scare me, even if it was like the tiniest little thing. I was like, nope, not having it. But honestly, I've been trying to figure out what it was that made me like scary things. Like, I started liking scary things probably in college. By scary things, I mean like scary movies, and then that kind of turned into me liking like Halloween decorations and, I don't know, fun stuff like that. But I think what really did it, funny enough, was Stranger Things, which is really funny. But I like, the more I think about it, I'm like, I genuinely think Stranger Things is the reason, like, because it eased me into the whole environment of it all. And I just remember when Stranger Things came out, and I was like, this is the best. But it wasn't like too scary for me. And now I'm like, that whole universe is just so cool. And then I studied film production in college, and so now everything, every little detail in any horror, thriller, you know, any movie really, I'm like, wow, so cool. And then I, of course, watched Halloween and loved it, and I just naturally loved Jamie Lee Curtis. I was going to do her house either in this same time period that I'm building this one, or in the 2018 movie with like her crazy preparation battle house. So I think either would definitely be cool, and maybe I'll build them later on. But for right now, I felt like Myers' house it had to be first. It just makes the most sense. But yeah, his room the amount of times I paused at the room I just did before finishing Judith's, they're like connected and there were like toys on the ground. Never noticed anything. I didn't even realize that was another bedroom that he walked through. But yeah, that's how much I was pausing. Yeah, I'll link it at the end of this so you guys can kind of see. I will warn you, there is nudity. So, just a warning. But yeah, I am actually really happy. Happy with this build. I think I tried to build this just like for fun once, but I didn't know. I mean, I still need to learn a lot about building and all that in The Sims, but I think I knew like almost nothing, and like me trying to build it, I was like, what is going on? And I just couldn't do it justice that made me happy enough, so I stopped. But now looking at it, it's honestly perfect because it's so simple, yet there's so many fun details I got to add in, which made it really, really fun to build and not very stressful either. The only thing that was, like I said, a little, I guess, strenuous was having to pause and play the opening scene to try to get it, but I mean, that wasn't a big deal. Hopefully I'll have 2 screens one day, so I can 2 monitors one day, so I won't have to be doing it on my phone, but until then, we are doing it through there. Oh, I also literally didn't know these were a thing, but I found them. I've had seasons for forever, and I didn't know there were literal leaf piles. So I kind of scattered them around to look all fall-like. And this is when I went into live mode. Yeah, this is annoying. Or live mode? Live mode. You can't dim the lights in build mode. You have to do it in live mode. So I just got a random sim and dimmed all the lights, and then I put it into the season of fall, so it looked all creepy and perfect. And yeah, I am so happy with how this turned out, and I hope that you guys had a fantastic Halloween, and that if you haven't seen Halloween the movie, I highly recommend it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.